3, 4.
To me, nothing has made me happier or more fulfilled in my life than tap dancing. To get to learn how to tap dance, to teach others to tap dance, and the ability to share it with other people is of paramount importance to me. Because I want to share that happiness, and the thought that there was a group of people that didn't have access to that and that had never experienced or even had the opportunity to experience the joy that tap dancing can bring made me want to do something. I think I'm known for being a somewhat verbal teacher. I like word games and wordplay and describing the technique behind what we do and what muscles and bones are involved in what we do. This has really pushed me into figuring out a different way to teach that is based almost entirely on the visual aspects of tap, and then learning how to clarify that visual language in a way that is very clear to every population, as well as then developing a new language that integrates hand movements to simulate the movements of the feet. One thing it has reaffirmed for me, everyone can dance. Everyone can tap dance, everyone has rhythm, and more importantly, everyone should have the right to access that. Everyone should have the opportunity to get to move and to move in concert with other people. I think there is a special kind of magic that happens when you move with others at the same time, and this is now something that they get to do, and watching them do that has been one of the most fulfilling things in my career. And then a side benefit that I didn't expect is that I've now begun learning sign language thanks to these children and the teachers that I work with. I have maybe an 80-word vocabulary, but I so thoroughly enjoy having another language that I can experience and that I can communicate with. It has been a lovely kind of side effect of this program.
I thought it would just be boring and the same thing that I've seen as I walked past the auditorium in past years, but I found out that the rhythm was really starting to develop, which I seem to think it's carrying over in class. I feel like their focus is more in class, and they're developing a sense of unity and community between all of them. They're watching each other, and they seem to respect each other and help each other. I think they like to show off what they know, and they like to play games at the end. And they really do try their best, all of them. Those that maybe have academic difficulties, it doesn't make any difference, because I do see them improving a lot and using their body and using the right leg where it's supposed to and the left leg, and I think that helps them with reading.
I think it teaches them to be a little more comfortable dancing, which might be something that they struggle with because they can't hear the music, but I think tap gives them the opportunity to feel the music.
It also allows them an opportunity to do something that their hearing peers do, because they are unable sometimes at our school dances to get up in there and do what the other kids are doing. But now they have sort of a base of steps that they can go in there. And I saw them practicing tap at our last spring dance. That was pretty funny. It was like some rap song, but it worked out. They made it work.
Are there ways that you think that learning tap benefits them outside of just in the tap world? As far as rhythm or balance,
left and right, strength. It is very difficult, and it's odd for people who use their hands so much not to really be clear on their lefts and rights. But
memorization, memorizing a step, focusing on something,
working together, paying attention in a different setting when they're moving their bodies. Yeah. Oh, I think there's a lot of benefits that we didn't plan on.
I hope to see it continue. I think it is important. There are not many opportunities that we can use rhythm because they don't hear. But the tapping and the kinesthetic of the shoes, all of that I think is important. They don't get that anywhere else. It's an opportunity for them to learn the rhythm just like anyone else, even though they know kinesthetically they're all brushing at the same time, they're all tapping at the same time, they're all keeping in rhythm. They're learning so much more than just tap dancing.
So the primary challenge that I've run into is that they can learn the dance steps quite well. If I am dancing in front of them, they can stay relatively together because they can all watch me and make sure that their movements are happening in the same time and with the same feel that mine are. The issue is that when I'm not dancing in front of them and they can't watch each other because they're facing the same direction, they have no way of knowing whether or not they're exactly together or not. And even though individually they're doing the steps correctly, to an outside observer it doesn't sound as together as it probably could. The other major advantage that a mirror would give these children is that they would finally be able to see themselves do this. They would see how good they really are. I don't think these children understand that they're not good tap dancers for deaf and hard of hearing children. They're good tap dancers. They can move and they can do this. And when they do it, it is compelling and beautiful. And they've never seen themselves do that. There are a few things that I would like to do that I think would have a significant impact, not just on this program, but hopefully on the expansion of this. One thing I would love to do is I would love to go spend 2 or 3 days shadowing teachers who work with the deaf population every day. I know that Gallaudet University in Washington, D.C. actually has a dance minor. I would love to go and spend 3 days in D.C. watching how they really approach teaching dance to a deaf and hard of hearing population, as I'm sure that over the years they have developed ideas and methodologies that I have not yet considered, and anything that would make me a more effective teacher to these kids is really important to me. Certainly the mirrors are a huge priority, both for their ability to be in unison as well as their ability to see each other. And eventually I would like to have the resources to have an assistant teacher. I would love to identify somebody in Chicago that both has excellent sign language skills as well as great tap dance skills, so that they could really bridge the gap in a unique way. Certainly I have the tap skills, but very limited signing knowledge. The classroom teachers that help me, of course, are brilliant communicators and are lovely with the children, but aren't necessarily professional tap dancers. I would love to find somebody that could bridge that gap, help me teach them more effectively, and then eventually maybe continue the program or expand it to a second school.